where we can scrape every single mention of the word Dropbox on Twitter and export it to an Excel spreadsheet. So she's going line by line on an Excel spreadsheet and just manually typing in based on like 4 preset categories, which each one is. And then later we'll go through and do some pivot charts. So you had asked earlier about like, what are some skills? Like if you need to have some at least basic Excel skills to be able to manipulate data. So the data could come out of whatever tool, but then you usually end up in Excel at some point doing pivot charts.
I actually want to ask a question about that. Can you hear me? I wanted to know, if she's going line by line, isn't that not giving you any type of real-time analysis? Wouldn't you be trying to use some sort of data mining tool that can do that stuff for you instead of involving an intern to manually do that labor? And perhaps having that intern learn how to understand those. I'm not saying that it's gaming them, but I'm just trying to understand how the real-time analysis would work with that.
So there's 2 parts, right? So we are on the day-to-day already responding to everyone. But when you're so in the thick of it and you're kind of getting crushed by that volume, you don't have time to look back and say, like, what happened? What have I been doing for the last 3 months? All I know is that I'm in this moment trying to answer every question that I have coming in. And so having someone, and Melissa touched on this, is like, there's so many projects that you want to do that you don't have time to get to. Having someone who can really sit down, doesn't have that urgency of needing to respond to people right now, and can look back over everything, that's a wonderful gift to have. And for that intern, the beauty is that now that person is an expert on what people say about Dropbox. And so there could be an executive who could say, like, so what would you say our customers say about our Pro product? Or what are our customers saying about our Dropbox for Business product? And this person is uniquely qualified to answer that question.
And there are tools that do pull sentiment, but the issue with it, and as Shani was saying, you need some sort of human analysis because it doesn't pick up on sarcasm, it doesn't pick up on a lot of things. So you can do the first round, I think, through, like I use Simply Measured or Radiance 6, things like that, but you still need to dig in. Like there still needs to be that extra layer of human analysis.
We have time for one more question, and then we're going to break for the networking piece. So we're going to front and center.
Hi, I'm Emily, and I just wanted to ask, because the social media team has a lot of related functions with the marketing teams and the PR teams, how do you guys work with those teams in your companies? Because I know there might be multiple.
Well, LinkedIn has a massive, we have 75 social media managers at LinkedIn managing different areas of the company. So I'm the sole social media manager for the talent solution side of the business, but there's a social media manager for the marketing solution side of the business and the sales solution side of the business, and about 5 or 6 people on at LinkedIn Health, and 2 or 3 people on the corporate side and higher education. So when you work at a larger company like LinkedIn, there's going to be so many social media managers that you do need to have like monthly check-ins or just like weekly coffees with other social media managers to get to know like what else they're doing to help figure out, okay, maybe I should take some of their like things that are working well for the consumer side on my side. But when it, I live in the marketing department in LinkedIn where I used my old role at Z Gallery, social media was in the communications division. So the goals were different and you work with different people. So I have regular check-ins with my PR guy to check in and see like, okay, what announcements are we gonna have? What should I be paying attention for Twitter? How does this align with some of the things we're doing on the marketing team? So it's just, you kind of have to be proactive and checking in with the certain people in the company. Because otherwise you just get lost in your day-to-day and you don't check up on this regularly.
Yeah, and I was just going to say, I work so close, I'm under PR, so I every day am with them, and in every meeting and every channel launch and every press release I see it. So yeah, I work super closely with them. And then in marketing in general, like holiday is an example, holiday campaign will launch. We want every touch point to, integrate with that campaign. So I'm working with the email team, I'm working with the web team, working with customer support. Every day, I think social media touches every single bucket. I think meetings with the product team and support team and everyone. So
thank you for all of your questions.
Anita?
This is not your last chance
Okay, now I can hear me. Okay, this is not your last chance to speak with our panelists today. They've been kind enough to make room in their busy schedules, and we really appreciate that, especially when you're hearing all the things that you're responsible for. And then Ted has a question?
No, I just wanted to say that this will be up on the COM2M's SJSU YouTube channel probably within the next 4 or 5 days.
Awesome, so you guys will be virtual and streaming, and we'll share that link with everyone. And we appreciate that, so thank you for the recording. So if your friends missed it, we will send out that link as well via email. And just please join me in thanking our panelists today for all the information. Very insightful, and please, oh see, they're tracking them down, they're finding them. If you'd like, they're going to have their own tables in the back, and if you have a specific personal question that you wanted to ask them, or not about their personal life, but you know, a question about their professional lives or insights into their careers, feel free to do so. They will be here till 4. There's still refreshments also and cookies in the back, and you just need a little extra sugar to kind of get through the afternoon. And thanks for joining us today.
Oh, I'm sorry.